Hey everyone, I'm Karan from Enable. Welcome back to the official video tutorial series on AbleSet. Okay guys, we're going to check out one of AbleSet's key features, which builds the basis of all of the advanced use cases it has to offer. And that's remote controlling AbleSet in a local network. Now, don't worry if that sounds too technical. Here's the idea in simple terms. In addition to running AbleSet on your Playback computer, you can open the AbleSet user interface on a phone, a tablet, or even another computer. This opens up quite a few useful setup possibilities. You could, for instance, keep your Playback computer safely set up on the side of the stage, but still have full control and see AbleSet on a tablet while you're performing. Or if the Playback rig is placed next to the drummer, you could also give your keyboard player control over Playback. And the cool part is that you can have multiple devices remote controlling AbleSet at the same time. The key is to have all devices in the same network. In practice, you can easily test this out simply in your home Wi-Fi. My Playback computer is connected to my studio's Wi-Fi, and so is my phone. If I now go to the AbleSet menu, it'll show me my computer's host name, which is used to identify my computer within the network. Now, once I click this, it will actually get copied to my clipboard. Next, I'll open the browser app on my phone, and in there, I can just paste the host address I just copied. You could also just type in the host address by hand. And if you prefer using an IP address, you can also copy and paste that from the AbleSet menu instead. Just keep in mind that your IP address could potentially change depending on how your network is configured. As you can see, I now have the AbleSet user interface right here on my phone. If I now go ahead and select a song, you'll see that the same song will be selected on my Playback computer, and you'll see the playhead jump around in Ableton Live. I can now go ahead and press play. I can jump to the next song, or jump back to the previous song, and do basically all of the things that we've talked up until now. This also includes editing your setlist. Just two more short tips when working on touch devices. You can still paste setlists like we learned before, but you'll have to do this by opening the Open Setlist window and then pasting it in there. And once you have AbleSet open in the browser, you can also add it to your home screen as an app. Just go to the menu down here, select Share, and go down to Add to Home Screen. Now, to have this work in your live show, you're going to need a local network setup as part of your Playback system on stage. This doesn't need to be complicated though. You could simply use a standard Wi-Fi router like this one in your rig and connect all your devices to that Wi-Fi network. And just to clarify, you don't need an internet connection to do this. AbleSet will use the Wi-Fi connection locally to communicate with all the devices. However, as convenient as wireless connections can be, we generally recommend using a wired connection for the crucial parts of your system. Let's say I want to use this iPad as the primary control surface for AbleSet on stage. It's connected to this green Ethernet cable, so I'll hook it up to my Wi-Fi router right here. And then on this white Ethernet cable, I have my Playback computer connected. In this way, I have a wired connection between them. Other devices like my phone could still use AbleSet over Wi-Fi. It's just about having a reliable wired connection for your core setup. And if you don't need a wireless connection at all, you could also simply use a wired network switch. Just make sure your network setup is clean. Avoid duplicate IPs or duplicate host names. If you want more information on this, we've linked a few useful videos below. To wrap up, let's look at two safety features when remote controlling. Let's say you want to avoid hitting a button on your touchscreen by mistake. You'll see a little lock icon down at the bottom here. You can toggle it by tapping it, or if you're using a device with a keyboard, use the shortcut Shift and L. When this is active, none of the controls will work, but all of the changes like the selected song or your playback state will still update. This can be great if you want to only operate playback with a MIDI controller like we showed before, but still use your tablet as a view-only display for AbleSet, and that way you always know where you are in the set list. It's good to know that locking is device-wide, so once it is enabled, it will be active in all of the views on your device. You could even take this one step further by password protecting the AbleSet controls. To do this, I'll go into the AbleSet menu, and in the settings over here, I'll select Web App Password. I can now go ahead and select a password over here. And now my iPad is locked, and I cannot control anything unless I go in and I enter this password into the iPad. With this feature, you could have all your band members connect their devices to the network and view AbleSet as a digital adaptive set list without them accidentally messing with your playback. To remove the password, I can simply go back into the settings up here, and in the field, just make it empty again, save it, and the web app password will be disabled. Okay guys, there you have it. you should be up and running with AbleSet now, ready to manage set lists and play shows with a networked setup. Now, while this is already all you need to reliably run your playback for a show, there's a ton more to discover in AbleSet. In the next chapter, we're going to check out how you can be quicker and more flexible using sections, flags, and loops, as well as optimizing your set lists with descriptions, colors, tags, and more. We'll dive deep into Performance View and all it has to offer, and lastly, we'll look at AbleNet, which allows you to run redundant setups. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your interest in AbleSet. Get your trial or purchase a license on ableset.com. We'd really appreciate if you hit the like button and subscribe. Also, feel free to head over to Instagram and follow AbleSet and Enable over there. You'll find more content on all things playback. If you're interested in becoming a playback engineer, at Enable, we also offer in-person and online workshops on Ableton Live, hardware setups, and creative use of technology. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next one.